What is going on YouTube? My name is Roberto Diaz. Today we're going to be talking about the AirPod Pro 3s. This is my honest take, my opinion of what I think. I am not trying to do a professional ear measure and show graphs and analyze how ear canals work. I'm just giving my honest opinion of what I think of the AirPod Pro 3s. And if I think you should upgrade if you're coming from the 1, 2, and if you have the Max is what I think. There's a few interesting things that I want to talk about the AirPod Pro 3s. There's a lot of hate online with the AirPod Pro 3s, and I just want to bring my own fresh take, my own opinion of what I think and why I think people are having so many mixed reviews and different opinions. When Apple creates a product, I think a lot of people just expect it to be the best in the world. No ear is made the same. Apple themselves has said that there is millions of ways that they scan the ears and they've replicated billions and millions of ears. And to be honest, that is great, but that still doesn't solve the issue that every single person's ear is different. We will all perceive audio differently. And because of that, every single person will have a different way of hearing and listening to AirPods. And the easiest and most weird way that I associate this to is when I go into people's car and I hear their music and I'm like, there's no way that this person hears music with no bass. And I check that EQ graph in their car. I'm like, there's no way people just hear audio with no bass. And I've been in several cars where it's the opposite. People only hear the music with bass. And it's maybe in their ears, it just sounds good. In their ears, maybe that's what they need. But that's something I associate with AirPods. Everyone's ear is different. But that is where I do wish that Apple gave us a bit more of a way to control our listening experience, where a lot of earphones do fall short, and a lot of earphones do fall short in not sounding good, but because they give you that EQ, they're able to compensate for what they've done. I think that Apple just really wants to hold control of the listening experience and then think, this is what we want you guys to hear. This is what AirPods should sound like, and all respect. But I do want to tweak my own music, and I do want to be able to hear music the way I like to hear music. Keeping that in mind, listening and audio is all subjective. Everyone has a different experience. To me, they might sound amazing. To you, they might sound great. But there is things that cannot be changed, and that is why we're going to talk about sound. And to dive into the sound portion of this video, there is facts, and the facts are that these AirPods do have more deep lower end bass, and I am here for it. I do not mind at all having that deeper, fuller, lower sub bass. I think it's really enriching, and there's been people that say it's overwhelming and it's just too deep and it's a little bit annoying. I don't mind at all. I don't mind AirPods having such a deep and filling sound. To me, they just sound complete and full. I do tend to hear a lot of country music, and to me, I feel like the genre of music that you listen to will also dictate on the experience that you have on these AirPods. I've been listening to country for quite a while now, and I could genuinely say that country music will just genuinely have less bass most of the time. And because of that, my listening experience is very flat, almost to the point where I can't really notice that songs have not too little bass. And to me, it's enjoyable because it almost fills in that gap. So to me, it's a more fuller, more flatter sound. And I understand that there's people that hear hip hop, there's people that maybe watch movies, and that deep sign lower end bass maybe is a bit too punchy. But for me, it's perfect because of my listening style and what I tend to listen to. Another thing I want to talk about is adaptive EQ. When you're listening to AirPods and lower music, Apple is doing their magical adaptive EQ. Basically, they're doing a smile curve, and the lower ends, they're going to be higher up. The higher parts of the frequencies will also be a bit higher up and creating a smile. I don't mind it at all. I actually tend to really enjoy it. And the cool thing about this, you'll end up hearing music in way lower volumes, and that's overall just good for your ears. And I just find myself hearing music in quieter volumes. And I think that's a good win because music is just more exciting in lower volumes. You tend to just get that more filling experience in lower volumes. I really enjoy that and I really love it. Diving into noise cancellation. I am a father of 2 kids currently, and when I tell you, when I sleep my boys, I am blasting white noise. I am blasting a sound of a piano playing full volume. That thing is cranked. And to tell you, when I put these AirPods in my ear, as soon as I turn on noise cancellation, it is like peace from heaven above. It's like the most relaxing thing. I can't hear if they're crying. I can't hear the piano in the background. All I hear is my music. And I think that's just a testament of how crazy noise cancellation has come. My son was right next to me in his crib and I had noise cancellation on. I couldn't even hear this guy. If it wasn't for him throwing his binky at me, I wouldn't even have noticed or realized that he freaking was like crying and yelling at me. I didn't even notice because I had the noise cancellation on. And to me, that's freaking win-win, because you're just getting top of the line noise cancellation. And I know for a fact if I had my AirPod Pro 2s, or not to say my 1s, I definitely would hurt him. And he's like literally 2 feet away. And that's how good they are. The noise cancellation on these, if that doesn't sell you on them, I don't know what will. It's top of the line, really, really good. And another thing that you should note, depending on the ear tips size that you use will actually change your experience. So I definitely recommend to change and try out each and every single one of the ear tips that come, because if you don't try them out, you are missing out on your experience. There's a lot of people that say that their ears hurt because of AirPods. I can almost guarantee you they have not switched out the ear tips, and because of that, they're just jamming in their freaking fat old ear tips in their tiny ears, and what's happened, it's not meant to be there, so it's freaking hurting. So I found myself a bit uncomfortable when I used the original ear tips, and I sized down into the extra small, and then I found myself lacking a bit of the noise cancellation, so I upsized a little bit, and then I got to the right size. That's a pro tip. Now diving into the smart features. To be completely honest, I haven't even used the auto translate. I haven't used the translation feature. I just went to Mexico, and you know what I did? I just spoke Spanish because I just speak Spanish already. But I will say that is definitely a feature that I want to try, and it's definitely something that I think everyone should. And I genuinely will say that that is an amazing feature, because there's a lot of companies that offer AI translating, and they literally just, you talk and it's just hearing your voice and then just giving you a translation. They're not like Apple, where they're actively translating, which is an amazing feature that I do want to try out. The heart rate tracking, I guess it's cool. I also wear my Apple Watch all the time, so I don't really care if it's in my ear. But I guess for people that run, or people that can't carry a watch or can't carry a phone, it's a cool feature to have. Or maybe you're running on a treadmill and you don't want to wear anything. It's really cool to have. I just personally always have another Apple device with me, so for me it doesn't really matter, or I care too much about it. Any of the spatial audio neat features, I generally turn them off. I only like to listen to music in stereo. I turn off spatial tracking. I turn off all that cool stuff because I just am old school and I like to hear things the way I think they should be heard in stereo. Now we're going to talk about microphone quality. I think these sound a lot better than the 1s and the 2s, but I can't say that they are in the level of comparison to like a professional microphone. Apple does have this studio quality marketing thing, but they are nowhere near the level of something that is studio quality. If you don't hear them compared to things, you wouldn't notice. I think they just sound better than the AirPod Pro 2s, but they don't sound studio level, but they do sound okay, and they are not distracting. They're not as bad as the AirPod 1s or 2s, where they're almost like Bluetooth blurry audio. These are getting there, and I think if Apple keeps pushing software updates and just fine-tunes them and tweaks them a bit to really improve that, I feel like we really have something going for here. I do notice that the quality of the microphone is a lot better. I'd say 30-40%, even though it's like subjective, but it is a lot more clear. I do notice it has more bass. It's almost like it's enhancing things that aren't there. It's like doing some weird things, but to me, it's generally more filling sound. It's less distracting to people hearing you on the other end. And like microphones, everyone can hear something else. And to me, I think they sound better, but they're not top of the line, DJI microphone, HoloLens, Rode, wireless receiver quality. They're just not there, but they are an improvement from before. AirPod Pro 3s, same sound, background sounds. And this room is very bouncy. So you'll notice that like the walls bounce a lot and my voice kind of sounds doubled in a way. That's because the room is very tiny. So my voice literally will bounce back, and it's literally a square in here. So, and there's a lot of background noise. So we'll see how this sounds compared to the rest. 1, 2, 3. Alrighty, now I'm redoing the audio test on the AirPod Pro 3s. And I chose a microphone. I chose the right microphone, which should be this one and not. So we'll hear the difference and we'll be able to see if it actually makes a difference. 1, 2, 3. Alrighty, so now I'm basically using the DJI mic, the first RX1 version, not the new one. There's two more newer versions. This is just a single one. So we hear how this sounds. Basically, it should be the worst one because it's the furthest aside from the AirPods, and it's right in my chest. So we'll hear how this sounds, and I'll do the next one, or I'll do this one right into my face. Alrighty, so now it's basically right up in my face, so we'll be able to hear how this microphone sounds with the windscreen. Alrighty, now I'm using the Black Shark V2 Pro with the little pop filter that's included with it, and we're going to be able to test out the sound and hear how it sounds, and that'll give us a better understanding of how this looks and sounds. Let's talk about value. When you use AirPods, you're able to bounce around from your living room, Apple TV, to your bedroom, to your phone, to your iPad, to all your Apple devices seamlessly, and I think that's something that a lot of people miss. I think it's a really, really amazing and just a great feature that itself, all these little features, the AI translation, the heart rate monitor, all these features to me just give you really, really good value that a lot of earphones that maybe sound better, maybe these do sound better, but they lack a lot of things that I wish these had, and they don't, but the AirPods do. Transparency mode, horrible. Noise cancellation, things sound louder when you're canceling the noise for some reason, but do they sound better overall? You're in a quiet environment and you're listening to music. Do these sound better? Yes, these do. Are these cheaper? Yes. Is it a seamless, easy way to hear music and like the pairing and all that? Is it seamless? No, it's a hassle. Maybe it's not even that hard, but these are just not Apple. And I think that's where AirPods come in. Because they are Apple, they give you something that other earphones don't. And that's why I really, really enjoy these. If you're thinking of upgrading from the AirPod Pros 2, I think you should. But my advice is please buy them, hear them, see if they're good enough for you, and actually see if you like how they sound. Because there's a lot of people that for some reason don't like the way these sound. Hear them yourself. Do they sound good? If you like them, keep them. They are an upgrade. Everything else other than maybe the sound for some people isn't as good, but I think they're an improvement in my ears, in my opinion. And I genuinely think that all the other features that are improved and refined are really a good upgrade for $250. If you're coming from the AirPod Pro ones, it's a no-brainer. You should upgrade. And I hope you guys enjoyed my take on the brand new AirPod Pro 3. If you guys have any questions, please leave it in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this video, please leave a like, subscribe, comment below. Let me know how you feel. Please support. And keep in mind, this video was shot on the iPhone 17. If you guys want to use the LUT that was used in this video, it's called ARRiPhone. You can download it on the description of this video. If you guys have any questions, please let me know. And if I missed something, I'm so sorry. It's my take. We're not getting technical. We're just doing my overview and my thoughts of the brand new AirPod Pro 3s. Thank you.